Okay, the first thing we see on this question is a table of x and y values, so we know we're going to get either correlation or regression. But do read through the paragraph, make sure you're absolutely clear what it's talking about, particularly what x is. So x is the number of customers, and y is the volume of fuel. So that's volume, and that's the number of customers. Calculate the equation of the least square regression line of y on x. Well, if you know how to use your calculator, you're well away on this one. Be careful to check the regression model that you go into. So you go into the mode a plus bx for your regression. And so when you get your values of a and your b, you slot them into the appropriate places in the equation to give y equals number from your calculator plus another number times x for 4 easy marks. Just write down the answer. Then we've got to estimate the volume of fuel sold, so that means estimate a y value during a week in which there were 200 customers, and the number of customers is x. So we're just going to take x is 200 customers, which we can do by substituting x into the equation you've written down in A, or if you know how to use the y hat button on your silver calculator, then that's a quick way to get the answer directly from your calculator. And then finally in part C, we've got to comment on likely reliability of your estimate. So you've got an answer, you've got to say whether you think it's trustworthy or not. And you can actually have this either way. You can argue that it is trustworthy or that it isn't. What you can't do is try and play it somewhere down the middle or try and have it both ways at once. You've got to use the given information. We're given some information, you're supposed to use these numbers here. These are residuals. Remember that residual is the gap between a true value and a value predicted from the regression equation. So the estimates can be out by 400 or so litres either way. So you've either got to decide that that's a large amount and therefore your estimate is unreliable, or that it's a small amount, and you could maybe argue that by comparing with the sizes of the y's or looking in percentage terms. And if you've judged that these are small amounts to be out, you could say that your estimate is likely to be reliable. But you've got to go one way or the other. You can have the mark for effectively giving a reason for your chosen one.